Alrighty guys, hope you guys are doing pretty good. So let's break down today's trade. What are the things that I've done wrong, what you can learn from it, and everything will be explained in this video. So let's hop into the charts without wasting any time. So let me first tell you what was the bias for myself today. So UJ here. Okay. So yes, previous day we actually took out this internal high here and then pushed to the downside out of this daily fair value gap, and then we are kinda coming lower. And this is Friday, and Friday we pushed to the upside, took out this internal, wasn't able to displace higher. Instead of that, we displaced lower, and then we are kind of starting chopping. So it kind of started giving me a bias of bearish. I was thinking price can push lower for the day. Okay, this was my overall brief idea out of 1 hour, 4 hour, my high time frame analyzation. Then I went to 15 minutes, started understanding my point of interest. I had all of the sell side liquidity here. I had some buy side. I was having this big SMT in 15 minutes with DXY today, and we had this 15-minute, 30-minute fair order block here, and we had a 1 hour fair value gap here resting. Okay, so now after 10:30, where is 11:30 open? Okay, 11:30 open. I was looking to buy actually to, like, I was confident that we are going into this order block, so without it didn't give me any chance of actually take me a trade, so I can actually catch this move. Didn't happen there. We went in. I was then waiting for the structure, like displacement in the market kind of tell me that I'm right or wrong. Then we see this had me huge displacement to the downside, which kind of gave me the bias that we are pushing lower. Okay. So in the 1 minute, in the 5 minute, I actually see that we came into this 15-minute fair value gap here. There was a 15-minute fair value gap here. We swept internal, and after that, I was thinking that okay, we didn't went into this fair value gap. We have a high here, so I can take a quick scalp here. So I can just give it a try. So I just thought of give it a try. Went into 1 minute. As you can see, our model was kind of not everything played out actually. As you can see, we swept internal, pushed to the upside. We wasn't able to done out the change in state of delivery, but we did kind of broke through this fair value gap, give it as the inverse. We came back and we were having a little bit of like we were having lack of displacement to the downside. Instead of that, we displaced to the upside in the 1 minute. So I kind of took a scalp here. My stop was just below this low. I wasn't actually putting a stop here. I was actually putting a stop here. Let's see what happens. My target was this high. This becomes low hanging fruit. That gave me a 3-hour trade. I like risked $2. Yes, $2 and made around $6.35 here. So this one worked out pretty well, and then we went all the way up, took out the internal, and then an immediate push to the downside. The moment we started pushing to the downside, this kind of started giving me a bias that we are ready to sell, but we were still inside this fair value gap of hourly, so I was kind of a little bit more cautious, like let's see what happens. But price just immediately like literally broke through this, and I was then, as we broke through this, I was waiting for a retracement into 50% equilibrium so I can play my bias around here somewhere. I was ready to take the trade, but price didn't came in. All the way we just pushed to the downside and we took out the sell side. Now, as I already told, what I do, once we took sell side, I wait for further structure to actually give me like, are we like pushing to the upside from the sell side, or we're breaking through the sell side level. Okay, so as we came here, I started watching out. We didn't actually had much of a retracement into. Okay, we kind of just broke through this. Okay, we kind of just broke through this. So I started having an idea like we can come to equilibrium again to actually sell off. So this fair value gap was my target actually. I could have seen like price go in from my model and then finally push back. Okay, I finally come take out this sell side that was resting below. But what actually happened that a very problematic thing happened. I was in 1 minute. You can say I was kind of zoomed in maybe. 1 minute, I see this internal got swept here, and I was like, okay, this is good. And we kind of just had a little bit of kind of just body close above this high, kind of making our CISD here. But what actually we had our manipulation, we had our CISD, but one thing was missing there, and that's displacement. Okay, like I really needed a little bit more displacement, maybe like a breakthrough of this fair value gap to actually give me a little bit of like something this. But I immediately jumped into the trade and got stopped out, because if I go to the 5 minute, you see what actually happened here. 5 minute didn't give much of a retracement. All it just did was weak. It's just wicked off. In the 1 minute, what I was thinking of displacement back in the time was actually just a wick off of 5 minutes. So this is a very key thing to understand. Whenever you are watching a displacement, depending on in which time frame do you trade, if you're seeing a displacement, remember the higher time frame on that should not be wicking on that displacement. What I mean by that is something like this. Let's say this is your point of interest, and you want to see that price. Let's say about this. Okay, this scenario, we swept internal, we started pushing like this. Let's say this was a displacement. Now, once you see this is a displacement, remember the higher time frame candle should, let's say you are having displacement like this. Wow, nice displacement in 1 minute. I'm seeing this big candle come in. The 1 minute kind of telling me, okay, this is what? This is displacement. But always try to look a little bit of higher time frame. Just in this case, if I had looked in 5 minute, what I could have found out, this was just nothing more, just a 5 minute candle that is just kinda that is just wicking like this, simply. Okay, that is simply just wicking like this. This just become like this. So when you're having displacement, the higher time frame, it's not like that you were looking displacement in the 1 minute and looking at 1 hour. This is called time frame alignment. You have to have an idea. Maybe in this case 3 minutes, 5 minutes. What you're looking. I don't want to see the 3 minute, 5 minute candles. Don't tweak off when 1 minute is displacing. I want 5 minutes to displace as well and do a full body close, not this kind of weaking. This is kind of telling me something's off out of here. Okay, this is the displacement. What do you see here? Immediate push out, immediate push down. What happened? 5 minutes just went off. I guessed the wrong displacement due to this and nicely booked this loss. But this is completely all right. And then I was looking to sell, and this is a lots of sell side. So I was kind of, like I was waiting, like what can happen. I was like today I was literally a bit, literally a bit confused here because I had all of the sell side. We wasn't actually rebalancing into equilibrium. We were just breaking through. So I was like, maybe once this low gets swept, we can go to equilibrium. Once this low gets swept, we can go to equilibrium. Then I said, like, once I had one loss, one win, pretty much again a break-even day today, made a $6 profit, made a $6 loss, literally break-even, but the account is now at $0.23 in profit. Yes, it's ridiculous, but that's all right. Because the size is 2K, what am I supposed to do? That's it, right? So don't just focus on the money. So pretty much break-even trade, and then I said, like, okay, I'm done for the trade. Okay, and then finally, this was the final sell-side liquidity that I was waiting, and just below there was a auto block from daily. Okay, this was the last 1 hour low that I was waiting. And if I actually say how could I could have played a trade here, let me show you guys. This was actually exactly at the end of the London session, London kill zone. If I say, see exactly at the end, it's like 3:10, like we're just about to go off for the London kill zone. What actually happened here, as you can see, this 5 minute close. Remember, this is a 1 hour point of interest, so I want 1 hour body close. Remember, this is a very important thing. If you're having a 15-minute time frame PDRA, the 50, and if you're waiting for that PDRA to go break through, always remember to see the 15-minute must need to close. If it's a 1 hour, the 1 hour must need to close. If you go to the 1 hour, nicely closed. 2:30 candle, nicely closed. What I was waiting for then, I was waiting for like pullback into, right? I was waiting for pullback. 2:30 candle closed. Then 2:30, where's 2:30? 2:30 candle closed. Our new candle opened. 2:30 to 3:30 actually, if I say 2:30, where's 2:30? So 2:30 just opened. We kind of displaced nicely. 30-minute closed. Everything like the high time frame are kind of closing below that level. Now, what happened exactly? If I show you guys, we had this massive fair value gap here. So now, if I could have waited for my whole model to play out, I could have make a nice trade here. Let me show you guys how. This is the fair value gap. If I go to the 1 minute, what I need internal manipulation. I need a CISD. I need IFBG. I need this displacement. Right? This is the things that I need. Internal got swept. We break through this fair value gap. CISD nicely done here, and we're having displacement. But this is more of a like, if I could have get some sort of candles like this in a row, then it could be a nice displacement. So if I just go to the 5 minute, you can see that this candle was weaking off. Just the same mistake we did early, just a little while ago. So what do? You wait for further structure. This 5 minute nicely closed here. 315 candle closed. 315, what is 315? 10, 12, 13, 15. This was the 315 candle closed. And the 315 5 minute was looking what? Now was kind of looking pretty good. We had now can say that we had kind of displaced lower. And the 5 minute CISD is also done. So now I can look to take a trade out of a fair value gap and anything. Now this displacement is getting validated by 5 minute structure, 5 minute displacement, right? 5 minute candle close. Now what you can do, pretty easy trade. What is the 50% out of this range? I wanna find out my discount and premium. This is a fair value gap. This is an order block. What you can do, you can just literally enter here, put your stop just above this high, and what could be your low hanging fruit? Maybe this becomes your low hanging fruit, giving you a 2.88. Maybe book out 90% and let the rest go, or maybe book out 10% if you're confident with price coming into this, and then let the trade go, so you can actually take full advantage of this 6R, or you can just take out 90% out of here and make around 3 and a 3.5 something hour trade. Okay, so this could be a nice trade, but this one came exactly at the end, and I was at the gym there back in the time, so pretty much a break-even day again. So what key things to learn from this? The only key thing that I would like to say, I'm still having problem with displacement. Now this is the thing that I have done in backtesting, and find out that once you are displacing in your time frame where you want to take the trade, always look to a bit of high time frame to make sure that higher time frame is not weakening. The thing that you're calling in your lower time frame is a displacement. The higher time frame should also respect this. How? As I said, it should not be weakening when the higher time frame, like the high time frame in this case, as you see in this trade, the 1 minute was kind of looking it is displacing, but the 5 minute was weakening that. 5 minutes should not be weakening that. The 5 minute should also body close, displace higher into with the alignment of the 1 minute displacement. Okay, so this is a very key thing to understand in order to understand displacement. Okay, so that's it for the day. Hope you guys find this video helpful and exactly this displacement thing. So that's it for the day. Bye bye.